Hey everybody, it's Double RPG here. It's March 12th, 2018, and welcome to Double RPG Side-Quests. Alright guys, in today's topic, we're going back to the website of Siliconera, and we actually got a confirmation of what that Valkyrie profile game that was teased over a week ago with where it's going to appear and what version of that game it's going to be, and whether or not if it was just an enhanced remake or a port of that said game of the first Valkyrie profile, which did get a re-release on the PlayStation Portable called Valkyrie Profile Lilith, and it was originally released on the PlayStation in, I think in the year in 1999 or in 2000. I think it was in 2000 in North America, where in 1999 it was in Japan. But yeah, Valkyrie Profile Lilith, it came out on the PSP in 2006 for both Japan and North America, and then it came for the first time in Europe in 2007, a year later. But now we got a confirmation about Valkyrie Profile Lilith coming to smartphones. So yes, they're coming out on the iOS and Android devices, and I got the thing on Siliconera pulled up. And it says that Square Enix shared a teaser trailer for Valkyrie Profile Lilith last week, and the game's official website has gone live and confirmed what we expected with a new smartphone release. The official website lists Valkyrie Profile Lilith as a smartphone version that is being made for iOS and Android. No further news other than the platform confirmation and was shared on the website. So yeah, it's a very small confirmation, and we really don't know anything else about it as of right now, as Valkyrie Profile Lilith is coming on iOS and Android devices possibly this year, or sometime possibly pretty soon. But anyway, let me go ahead and give my own 2 cents on that, or my own thoughts. I think, you know, Valkyrie Profile Lilith coming onto smartphones, it actually can be a good thing, but the thing is that I really hope that Square Enix takes this iOS and Android port of this game much more seriously than they did with Chrono Trigger, and then with Chrono Trigger coming out on Steam after that, where they only released the smartphone version of that game onto Steam, and it caused a lot of significant backlash because of the user interface and amongst other things that made it a really terrible release on that system. So hopefully Square Enix takes that to heart, and that way we don't have to suffer another outcome with like what Chrono Trigger managed to face from iOS and Android, and then coming on to Steam. So I really hope that Valkyrie Profile Lilith actually does better on iOS and Android, and if it does come out on Steam much later, then I really hope that Square Enix does take to heart the criticisms of what they faced with Chrono Trigger on Steam, and make sure that they make a competent Steam port of that game, and not just, you know, take the iOS version and just slap it on Steam like they think it's really cheap and they just want to get it out there quickly, because that's what really killed Chrono Trigger as well as Final Fantasy V and Final Fantasy VI when they both came out on Steam, because they were just only based on the iOS and Android versions without there being any, you know, substantial update or substantial polishing to make that game feel like it's welcomed on Steam. Now, and I know a lot of people are probably going to be against this, and they already are against Valkyrie Profile Lilith being a smartphone game, and I can see where they're coming from, but I think we all need to accept the fact that smartphone platforms, they are a viable platform for re-releases to occur on. And we've seen that with a lot of Square Enix's IPs coming onto there, and not just from them, but from others as well, like Capcom, Konami, and even Bandai Namco of all people. They bring their older catalog of IPs to smartphones because it is a much cheaper market to go to, and they can be sure they can try to make a quick buck if they possibly can. Whereas with today's gaming, you really don't see that a lot with a lot of the older games that we come to know and love, as well as new games from those said franchises coming onto them, you know, on the PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, or even the PC, even though PC through Steam is a more viable option in their minds at a much later date. But at the same time, it's like, if we're going to get something that we kind of liked from our childhood to make it back in some way, shape, or capacity, then, you know, smartphones are the only thing that are possibly the most manageable thing that we're ever going to get our hands on. But I would like to see some of those games coming back, or at least get like a fully enhanced remake like what we got with Adventures of Mana and Secret of Mana. Personally, I really enjoy the Secret of Mana HD remake, or Secret of Mana. God, I don't even know what to say, what to officially call Mana or Mana. I mean, it's like you say tomato, I say tomato. I really should just say Mana at this point, but I do tend to goof up on which pronunciation I go by. But anyway, that's irrelevant from the point. But if they want to bring about Valkyrie Profile properly on consoles, you know, with Valkyrie Profile Lilith, or even its sequel, Valkyrie Profile 2 Selmaria, or even get on with the next Valkyrie Profile, because there was that designer from Tri-Ace, and I think it may have been Yoshiharu Gotanda, who said that he had a design document ready for the next Valkyrie Profile game, and he's just waiting for confirmation from Square Enix on when he is giving the green light to get that game in development. I think that was about maybe a couple of years or a few years ago. I can't exactly remember, but I do remember reading about that. So hopefully with Valkyrie Profile Lilith coming onto smartphones, maybe they're testing the waters to see if there is still enough demand from people to want to see this series move forward. I know there are a lot of people who really enjoy Valkyrie Profile. I'm one of those people who really like it. But we'll just have to see how it goes in terms of the sales for the game when it comes out on iOS and Android. Do you think it might be coming out to the West, stateside? And honestly, yes, I do. I honestly do believe that's going to be the case when it comes to Valkyrie Profile Lilith, because a lot of Square Enix's other games have actually arrived onto the platform through a Western release, and then after that they would mostly end up on Steam. So I definitely see that being a possibility. Okay, my good buddy FighterXaos of the Geek Fighters had a comment on my RRPG Side-Quests where I talk about Riku's design in Kingdom Hearts 3, and this is what he had to say. Too bad I don't know much about the Kingdom Hearts. I guess he means the Kingdom Hearts franchise. Too much I don't know that much about Kingdom Hearts as details to know about the references to other games in his design. I dig it though. He looks like a fighting game protagonist now, and that's cool to me. And yeah, and I even had this talk with him, I think on Thursday, right before I did the live stream of the Nintendo Direct, where I explained to him that he's not wrong, because if you take a look at Riku's design in Kingdom Hearts 3, he definitely looks like he belongs in a SNK or a Neo Geo fighting game with that type of design. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So FighterXaos, thank you for that comment on that video, and I'll definitely put in your channel in the description, as well as us as the Geek Fighters. So I just thought I'd let you know on that. Our next comment, based on the one from Nier Automata that I posted on Thursday, it says, the username is Discord, DYSKHORD. He says, thanks for the vid. Aw, you're welcome, man. Glad I was able to entertain you. And last but not least, this is from Christian Lopez, who offered a comment during my talk about the previous RRPG Side-Quests that I did, talking about the HD game development being much faster for Square Enix, and this is what he had to say. They did release a survey asking fans what they wanted to see added on to Final Fantasy 15. Because of that, they probably feel that they have to make the episodes. Personally, I wouldn't mind the Royal Edition being the finale of the game, since the story is about the four bros, and that version covers all that we need to know about them. And yeah, honestly, I do agree too, because I honestly am believing that they're just milking the cow dry when it comes to Final Fantasy 15, and I was watching a video from, I think her name is Lucy Sue, or Susie Lou, or whatever her name is. I'll put her name down in here in the video to see who is the right person I'm talking about. But she expressed her disappointment with the Royal Edition because she believes that, you know, a lot of us got ripped off with Final Fantasy 15, and I definitely see where she's coming from, because with the Royal Edition and Windows Edition, and with new updates coming for both those versions, when that game still hasn't been fully completed yet, you feel like that we are getting ripped off. And with the Royal Edition, it really should have been the last one. If it was only going to be focused on the four main characters of Noctis, Gladio, Prompto, and Ignis, then that's who they should have only focused on. They really didn't need to focus on all that other material. They should have been putting more of their effort and resources into the Final Fantasy VII Remake, as well as possibly Final Fantasy XVI, you know, getting on with the concept stages for that game, if they were ever to get on with that eventually. Which they will, but, you know. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of RRPG Side-Quest, and if you like what you see, then be sure to rate this video, as well as leaving your comments down in the comment section below, because whoever I decide to pick, you know, for the comment section in this video, they will get presented in the next video, but it'll probably be on Wednesday, along with whatever the topic I'm going to choose for the next video, which is coming out tomorrow, and you'll see on there. So if you leave your comment on there, then I will definitely answer that question as well, or answer that comment in Wednesday's video. But yeah, so definitely leave your comments in the comment section below, so that way I'll pick whoever is the one that I choose to pick. But anyway, if you also like what you see, then be sure to hit that subscribe button underneath this video, as more support from you guys will mean that more content is coming from me in the future that you're not going to find anywhere else. So until next time, this is RRPG signing off, saying Godspeed and game on, gamers. Peace out!